In this video, I want to tell you about, talk to you about the fixed grand cross that we just had, or the T-square between Mars, Jupiter, and Pluto, and it was actually exact on May 20th. And so this is an aspect of a lot of tension and discomfort, and where we really need a lot of change. There's a desire for change. There's a desire for things not to stay the same. But all of these planets are in fixed signs. So we have, Mars is now in Leo. It's moving in Leo. It's sort of breaking up the opposition it had to Pluto that it made, which was exact on May 20th. Jupiter is now in very early degree Taurus, and then Pluto is at 0 degrees of Aquarius still. So, that T square was dynamic and it was intense and it wasn't, a light and fluffy energy. And so, you have Mars, which is about, asserting yourself, putting yourself out there, really being determined and putting your all into something. It's sort of, the movement. It's the fuel that you need to get out of bed and make something happen, because Mars is momentum and it's a masculine energy in Cancer. Now, there are several astrologers that I have watched that say that Mars in Cancer is detriment. Well, they say it's in its fall because Mars wants to, reign as the hero, wants to go after something, wants to fight a battle, and wants to sort of, focus, its attention at something head on. And Cancer wants to retreat and it wants to take care of others and nurture others. And it really values emotional security and comfort, above all else, because it is about, it is the mother energy. It relates to, how you're taking care of yourself, your roots, all those kind of things, your family, your ancestors, your lineage. That's Cancerian energy. And Cancer is also the crab. So the crab who retreats in its shell because it is afraid of, sort of going at something that sort of orbits around its target. And it retreats in its shell because it's afraid of the waves that wash over the crab, which symbolizes, what is going on externally to, to affect the crab creature. So, it sort of has a tough outer shell and really soft and squishy inside. Once you get to know the Cancer, the Cancerian opens up to you, and you can find a bond, you can find a connection, you can find a trust and a love for the Cancer once you really get into its world and get to know it enough where it can spend time with you and adjust to you and so forth. So, Mars in Cancer, really strong need to, protect your family, a strong need to trust your intuition, to act on, what it is that you're feeling. But the downside is feeling not strong enough and resulting in passive aggression, because we don't want to hurt other people. We don't want to, attack somebody else, or, be super blunt and honest, because Cancer is a really sympathetic, caring sign. Okay. Um, so, that's that. And, then we also have Jupiter in Taurus. I have another video about that. We have that going on. Jupiter is expansion, luck, abundance, good fortune. In Taurus, we're materialistic. We're aiming in the direction of our values, being in the present moment, stability and security. That works out really well for Jupiter and Taurus. And then Pluto and Aquarius looks at how we're using technology, and how is it serving us, and the development of AI. So that's all related. It's a dynamic T-square. And so we have Mars opposition to Pluto, which is really strong, intense, wants to, go at something with a lot of passion and strength. It doesn't want to hold back. And it can be where you're determined and focused to achieve a goal. And you can also be really strong and potentially short and sharp at the low level. It can be, volatile and, just like Pluto rules Scorpio, which is symbolized by the scorpion, can sting with the tail. Jupiter square Pluto is an expansion of power and wealth, and wanting things to change, and wanting to be better at something. Wanting the need to be in control, while we need to accept what we can and cannot change. And Mars is going to square Jupiter tomorrow on May 23rd, where we're feeling an optimism, a faith, a luck to to move energy, to do things. But where are we becoming too self-centered, too aggressive, too self-focused and self-righteous? Where are we overdoing that? Jupiter overindulging, and where are we not grounding? Okay, we can do this thing, we can achieve this goal, this is as much as we can do. Instead, we're doing more than we can, we're biting off more than we can chew, because it is a square. It's that tense energy with the Mars square Jupiter. So, with all this said, we have this T-square formation in the sky happening on May 20th. And here's the thing. They're both taking place in fixed signs, and fixed energy is very rooted. And it is about the will, is about the focus. You're focusing your energy, and you're getting better, but things feel stuck, things feel stagnant. And so hopefully you felt like you grew from the fixed grand cross, and you made the changes that you wanted to make, because it can often feel like you are evolving, you are growing, you are becoming better, but it can feel like we're not there enough, and we keep living in the same old patterns. We keep the hamster wheel, day in and day out. Things are not changing, things are not improving. That's how it can feel on the negative side. But the other part of fixed energy, besides being stubborn, is there's a will, and we can persist. We can get through challenges, and we can put our mind to a task, and we can keep pushing through, no matter how hard it is, no matter how uncomfortable it is. We just keep at it, and keep at it, and keep at it, until we really move through the storm and find the rainbow on the other end, until we achieve a goal, or whatever. So what kind of challenge, or what challenges did you have to face during the fixed grand cross? I want to say from May 18th through 20th, May 17th through 21st, just ending yesterday. Okay. For me, it dealt with my physical health, my sort of digestive, intestinal health, because I've been having constipation issues, and I took a new dosage of a pill that I've been on to help me to, go to the restroom more easily. So, that experience that I had on May 20th, where I was feeling constipated, I was feeling nauseous, I was feeling fatigued, and really crampy, very uncomfortable. And, I kept, going and, having to, take care of what was, that I needed to take care of, without going into detail about that. But it was exhausting and I was uncomfortable because I was really full of stuff that I needed to, get out of my system. And that T square released in Scorpio. And Scorpio is a sign of purging what doesn't serve you anymore. It's a sign of release, transformation, letting the old die away so that you can rise into a new and, become a phoenix. It's that transform, that type of energy, regenerative energy. So, yeah. So that is just what I want to share about my experience. I got through that challenge. My experience of this fixed grand cross. And I hope that you like this video. Bye for now.